up, guys? Christina here for Card Player TV for another edition of Strategy. I'm here with the big game pro, David Oppenheim. We're going to talk about triple draw. Now, you in the big game, you say that you guys play triple draw, and it plays a lot bigger than the rest of the games. So, when you include triple draw, what games are you playing?
We play triple draw Deuce-to-Seven and triple draw Ace-to-5. And for whoever wants to come and play in the big game one day, it's a very important game to learn, just because when it's in the mix, so much of the volume goes into that game.
Would you say that those two games are a few of the games that, you know, the big whales who come in play the worst?
I think that's a game, if you've never played, it's going to be very difficult for you to win at. You know, you just kind of have to know some of the more basic fundamentals to really give yourself a chance.
Let's talk about Ace-to-5 triple draw first. What are the kind of the biggest mistakes that you see beginning players making?
The biggest mistakes that I see beginning players make in the Ace-to-5 triple draw, which it's not even, a lot of the good players also make this mistake, is they will draw to hands that consist of both a 6 and a 5, which are, you know, really bad hands. But when you see a 6, a 5, and like a deuce, you get a lot of, even the good players will play those hands, and really they're non-playable hands. You know, the problem with that hand is when you catch a 7 to it, it now becomes a super rough 7, where it's a 7, 6, 5. Okay. Rather than when you play like an Ace, Deuce, 4, and now you catch a 7 to it.
Right.
There's just a gigantic difference between those two hands.
Okay. What about Deuce-to-Seven triple draw?
You know, for the people that haven't played Deuce-to-Seven triple draw, the main thing that I see people doing that they shouldn't is, you know, playing hands without a deuce. You know, it's such a key card. You know, people will see hands like 7-5-4 or 7-5-3, and, you know, they'll somehow equate that as, you know, a playable or decent hand. And, you know, and really they're just not. Those are very bad hands. But anytime you have like a deuce and even one other good card, I mean, you don't want to do 3-card draws, but like a deuce, you know, 6-7, you know, or even like deuce 5-8 is so much better than like a 7-5-4.
Okay. How important is reading your opponents in triple draw? And are you looking for physical tells or the amount of cards that they draw to know whether you think that you can bluff them, even if your hand isn't going so well and you're drawing bad cards?
Well, in triple draw, rather than looking at your opponents, I mean, you know, that's always part of poker to see, you know, what they look like and what you can, you know, tell from their whole affect. But in triple draw, a lot of the things is because you see so many cards, you'll get 5 and you'll throw away 2, and then you'll get 2 more. You're going to be able, a lot of times, to tell the strength of your opponent's hand by the cards that you've seen. So I think that's kind of important in triple draw for, you know, younger players or newer players to the game, to be able to equate the cards that they've seen and see how that might like affect their opponent's hands.
Well, I might put you on the spot. Sometimes I do this to high-stakes players, but can you tell me about maybe the craziest triple draw hand that you've ever played? Or the biggest?
Wow. I remember the craziest. I can tell you that in 2 consecutive hands, I won in triple draw. I won one hand with 4 8s, and then right back to back, I won one with 9s full, back-to-back hands. So that was pretty cool, where, you know, I was raising and betting and bluffing.
Right.
And those were back-to-back hands, 4 8s, 9s full.
Oh, you got him to fold?
I got them to fold.
Okay,
yeah.
I see. Okay, I was like,
I was bluffing.
I didn't know if you gave up on the bluff.
Which actually is a really good example of, like, you know, because I'd seen all 4 8s, I now know that for them to, you know, really have a chance to call me, they're going to have to make a 7. You know, there are no 8s to make. So there's an example of, you know, the texture of the hand that the cards you've seen, and how you can use it against your opponents.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, guys.
Take care. Christina with David Oppenheim for Card Player TV.